Deb Woods has been there and done that in more ways than one, right, Deb? And then when I met you earlier this morning, I teased you just a little bit and told you you'd be singing a national anthem for us today. You didn't think that was very funny, and I'm glad you didn't come after me, because you know how to do that, my friend. Deb works with people who may not be here today in person, people behind bars. But they are as important to what we're here to talk about today as all the rest of us as well. Deb Woods.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Deborah W., and I am an addict in long-term recovery. I was almost drawn to tears when I started thinking about the women that I work with. I'm honored and I'm humbled to be here. Because about 22 years ago, nobody was asking me for no kind of opinion about nothing. I didn't have nothing to say but what you got, how much money you got, where's the good stuff at, and that type of thing. So I'm honored to be here today. And my story is no different than any of the other stories that I've heard this morning. I began using and experimenting with things at age 14 and tried to call it having fun. In the beginning it was, but 19 years later, it was not so much fun anymore. Day by day, slowly but surely, it got worse and worse and worse and worser. And at the end of it all, I was standing before a judge and a probation officer that asked me two questions. Do you want to go to prison or do you want to go to treatment? And I said, well, you know what? I'm not no fool. My mama didn't raise no fool. I'll take treatment. And that's what I did. You know, at the end, I was feeling desperate. I wanted to die. I was hopeless, helpless, penniless, and did not know what I was going to do. And one of the things that I haven't heard this morning is the life that I led, because I'm also recovering from prostitution. And that day that I told that judge I wanted to go to treatment was the best decision I ever made in my life, even though they helped me. Because I went to that program and I stayed 6 months and I began learning and experiencing all kind of new and different things in my life that I had never had the opportunity to experience. And it worked. It worked well, because treatment works well if you work it. And so in front of that judge was the end of a new beginning for me. I tell the women that I work with in corrections that we are the only people that gets the opportunity to live two lives. We live a life as a using addict, and then we get a new life as a recovering addict. As I look back, in my wildest dreams, you could have never told me I'd be up here talking to you people. Again, it's an honor. You know, when I first started my journey, I prayed and I asked God, please let me be able to work with the women that live the life that I live, because I don't think they know, because I didn't know. I thought I was gonna be like that and live like that for the rest of my life. I didn't know there was something called recovery. I didn't know there was something, do it a different way. I thought it was gonna be like that all my life, miserable. But guess what? My prayers have been, and my prayer was answered. I've been working with women for about 18 years now. And I love criminal offenders and I love prostitutes. I love every minute of the work that I do. And I cannot begin to understand what would happen to Minnesota if we didn't have Rule 25 and treatment. If those services are taken away and not available and accessible for the women that I work with, we are all in trouble. We all need to pack up our stuff and move to another place because this city would be in trouble. I am grateful. And I just like to say, he said earlier that recovery is real. The disease of addiction is real. It's real. It's progressive, fatal, and incurable. It's not going anywhere. And like he said, it's not picky about who it picks. Black, white, I don't care what color you are, where you came from, how much money you have, it does not matter. I am honored to be here, and I thank you for listening to me. Thank you for letting me share.
Did you bring some of these people with you over here?